Hey, what's up? Benedict here from With Unicorns, and I thought I'd do a quick video about this year's YouTube Rewind because it was quite bad, wasn't it? Now, the reason I say it's bad is for two main reasons. The first is the general quality of the video. I found it pretty boring. But the second reason, and the main reason, is because of this particular section in the middle of the video, I think you know the bit I'm talking about, which is just wild and quite disrespectful, and I am absolutely baffled as to why they decided to put it in the video. And for me, it was that section in the middle that tipped the Rewind over from just being boring into being genuinely bad. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's start with just the quality of the video in general. You know, the 2016 Rewind was very dynamic. There was a lot of color, there was a lot of sets, there was choreography. You know, there was a lot going on. This year, by contrast, is very static. There's not a lot of locations. It feels like maybe the budget was a lot less. I mean, a lot of this video is just people standing in a line smiling. Just people standing in a line smiling. A lot of people standing in a line smiling. Look at these people, they're standing in a line and they're smiling. But that's just me, that's just my personal opinion. You may disagree, that's your right. And I don't think any of that stuff makes the video bad with a capital B. The thing that makes the video bad is the section in the middle with the eclipse. For those of you who haven't seen it, there's this section where there's an eclipse, reference to the eclipse this year, and then they start playing footage and sound clips relating to all the tragedies that happened in 2017. When I say tragedies, I mean natural disasters, terrorist attacks. Like, there's literally a little sound clip where you can hear someone say the words Ariana Grande, which is incredibly uncomfortable because that's clearly a reference to the bombing in Manchester at the Ariana Grande concert. And they recap all these very serious, horrible things for about 10 seconds, if that. And then the eclipse, you know, makes its way, and then suddenly you see a bunch of YouTubers holding hands and smiling, and then the voice clips become more positive. They start talking about, you know, people who helped out after the terrorist attacks, people who donated blood, and, you know, and they give inspirational quotes about how, you know, we can beat anything. And there's all these clips of YouTubers smiling, and then it's just over. And then literally, within seconds, we're watching Logan Paul and Jake Paul have a slime fight. It's the change of tone is so swift, you get whiplash. It's insane. I guess what they're going for is this idea of, okay, terrible things happened this year, but you know, there's still good people in the world, you gotta have a positive outlook, we can all move past this, and I appreciate that. But also, that's not how the world works, bro. Yes, of course, in the dark moments of 2017, there were some highlights. There were people who gave blood, there were inspirational speeches, but you can't just gloss over these horrible things in 10 seconds and pretend everything's fine now. People died. A lot of people died. Children died in ISIS attacks. You can't just talk about ISIS attacks for 10 seconds and then be like, but now it's all good and we're all smiling and we'll just move on. And then within seconds be in a slime fight. What are you doing? And it really begs the question, why include this? There's no reason to include this. You may say, well, the YouTube Rewind, it's a recap of all the things that happened in 2017. Except it isn't, is it? It's a recap of all the things that happened in 2017 on YouTube. At most, it's all the things that happened online. It's not a recap of the news. It's never been a recap of, like, world events. If it was truly a recap of the things that happened in 2017, there would be a lot of footage of Donald Trump in the Rewind, because he was most of the news this year. There is not a single image of Donald Trump in this video. So, what are they going for? Why are they suddenly dipping into the news for this one bit? And you may say, well, how were they supposed to do it then? What was the best way to do it? The best way to do it would be to just not do it at all. You don't have to do this. No one comes to the YouTube Rewind to be reminded of all the terrorist attacks that happened this year. They come to YouTube Rewind to hear about YouTube. I'm not saying YouTube can't comment on this stuff. I'm just saying if they're gonna do it for more than 10 seconds. You can't be like, here's a full minute of fidget spinner footage. Oh, and by the way, a bunch of children died this year. I will just nod to that. Okay, moving on back to slime. Maybe there was a thought that, you know, 2017 has been a very rough year for a lot of people. Maybe they thought if we make just a happy-go-lucky video, it will seem disrespectful because it's been a rough year. But I think they're being too hard on themselves in that way. I don't think anyone is coming to the YouTube Rewind for an accurate depiction of the state of the world. I think people are coming to YouTube Rewind so they can rewind the things that happened on YouTube. I don't think it's really on YouTube to have to shoulder the responsibility of reminding everyone that, hey, a bunch of people died in floods this year, and that was very sad. Because you end up in the opposite situation, where now, instead of seeming conscientious, like I think they intended, they seem incredibly tone-deaf and kind of dismissive of terrible things that happen. They're like, oh, that happened, but hey, hold hands, stand in a line and smile. A lot of standing in a line and smiling, everyone's standing in a line and smiling, and everything's fine, and all problems are solved, and fidget spinners. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, and hey, there's no better place to yell at someone for being wrong than in YouTube comments, which are always a great, productive, polite place to have a discussion. So if you have some opinions of your own, if you agree or you disagree, leave some comments down below. We'd love to hear what you think. And don't forget to hit the like button if you liked the video. And if you want more videos like this talking about YouTube and the sort of world of YouTube, that's exactly what we do here on the We the Unicorns YouTube channel. So hit subscribe and you'll get those videos delivered straight to you. I host a show every week called YouTuber News, where we talk about YouTuber News. It's kind of in the name. They come out every Friday, so hit subscribe and you'll be up to date on the news before anyone else. Anyway, thanks for watching, and keep spinning those fidget spinners.